Welcome to the afternoon session. So they asked this morning, as you saw, if you were watching this morning, and if you were, thank you very much, because you're returning. So this morning, oh my word, that's a nasty latency. 425. I may have to log out, then log back in again. Yeah, 321's a bit on the tough side. Excuse me. But maybe I'm okay for what I want to do right now. So, as I was, how do you say it? Look at that, it's a 4GA. And just can't use it. Or no, don't want to use it. Fist of Fate. It would have been better the GE unlucky hit, I think. So anyway, where are we? Right, we got the Crown of Lucian. We got a Lockrance. And we got another Lockrance. And we got a BLT that we can't use. So I need a BLT. But you see that? See, this is where it becomes. See, I've got these are all BLTs. But the Crown of Lucian is also in a chest. So I don't have a BLT on anywhere else except for so it getting the Crown of Lucian on the chest hasn't really helped me at all. Because I have no other Banished Lord's Talisman on pants or gloves. So I'm happy that, you know, I managed to get a Crown of Lucian this morning, but it hasn't helped me at one iota. Because I really needed to drop on gloves or pants. And I could sort of, if it dropped on one or the other, then I could use either one or the other of these. Then I drop Flicker Step, drop Isadora, drop Shroud of Frost. That's the three that I need. And I've got, unfortunately, too many things on the chest. And I don't have, if I had a BLT on either the pants or the gloves, then also I'd be okay. But I just don't. So I'm in the same situation I was before. Now I can run the Crown of Lucian in here. And it's a GA on cooldown reduction, which is better than a GA on max life. But it's about trying to get everything working in synergy. Could I use a BLT instead of my Harlequin? Maybe. But here it's only like 1 to core skills, not 2. So I'd be losing 3 ranks to core skills. So it's a possibility that I could do that. Crown of Lucian, BLT, Lockrans, Crown of Lucian, BLT, and Lockrans, which I'd still keep the boots, and I'd still keep I'd keep Flicker Step. And there is no Flicker Fists of Fate, because Fists of Fate is this. Ice Spikes, don't really need to resist all. I could use Primordial Bindings perhaps, but I'm not so sure. I've already got a Galvanic, so you can't put 2 in at the same place. And this is already 60 convulsions, isn't it? 60%. I could get a 72% there. That's a possibility. Godslayer would give me all stats. When you stun freeze, you pull in and deal increased damage. So that's a possibility of using maybe Godslayer. Because you get damage to elites, you got cooldown reduction, you got all stats, and you got when you stun, freeze, or immobilize an enemy. And when we've got the Mystical Frost Nova, you can inflict freeze and vulnerable. So using Godslayer is a possibility instead of Flicker Step, or just keeping Flicker Step. So there's a few possibilities here that I can look at. Ophidian. BLT. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Crown of Lucian, Banished Lords, Lockrans, and Godslayer. Right now, I have, looking at it as it is right now, 21 ranks of Ball Lightning. So this is Crown of Lucian, Banished Lord, Lochran, and Godslayer gives me only 18 ranks. I need to upgrade this. Core skills, that's only going to give me another maybe 3. Crown of Lucian doesn't give you any. That doesn't give me any. And then Vulcans. That takes me up to only 25. That's obviously not Masterworks. But even masterworking is not really going to take me much more. That's 28. Yeah, I just can't see how I'm going to work this properly. A lot of masterworking for sure. And that BLT, it's overpowered, but the core skills is only 1 and not 2. So even if I triple hit that core skills, it's not going to get much above 4. Or maybe, yeah, probably 4. See, that puts me up to 35. That's why I really want to keep this BLT. But then that means that I lose 6 to the mastery skills if I want to run a Lockrans, because the only other Crown of Lucian I've got that sort of works is here, which is on boots, because I can't put on this Crown of Lucian because I lose 7 to the core. And this is why I really needed the Lockrans to fall onto one of these two. Crown of Lucian, sorry, one of these two. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to try again tomorrow. See if we can get another one or a random drop. But this afternoon I was wanting to run some pits. Alright, so that's me back to... This is the good thing about having that armory up and running. Right, so I'm going to put everything in here. But I have to say, I'm looking at the Godslayer and I'm thinking to myself, you know, that's 98 all stats and it's got cooldown reduction. It's got, forget the max life. And I'm thinking I might try and rework that. And so what's... So I've got a teleport, it's on 2.5. And here is a second plus 2.6 when it goes running. So I think I might be okay without running the flicker step. So I may actually look at upgrading that Godslayer. Maybe look into all stats or cooldown. And see how it runs. In the meantime, I do have some... So I'm going to take it on pants because I get more opportunities to get a Crown Lucian drop. And on a pants, it probably would be the ideal one for me. I'll put these... Oh, what am I doing? I can put that back in there for now. But the Godslayer is looking interesting.
Much thanks, friend. Shine on, my friend. Hello? Well, hello.
Not many.
Hello, shiny bastard. Not a bad shame that.
Now let that be a Crown of Lucian.
That in my bag.
Freaking X-Fall. I've had a lot of X-Falls, but very few Crown of Lucian. No, I'm not going to keep it.
Equitable transaction.
Well, a Chaos Armor did drop once again.
Yeah, have a wee gamble. Well, in that.
But just not the Crown of Lucian.
Vaster, not a bad goal. Oh, shining beauty. Vaster was. Oh, too bad, friend. The finest cuts and clarity. What suits you?
Nope.
Fine indeed.
I bet you somebody's sitting out there with half a dozen Crown of Lucians on their pants wondering what the hell to do with them. I wish you could give it to me, but I know it's impossible because they're account bound.
Much thanks, friend.
Right, so I am going to put it into non-physical. And then overwrite to lock it in. And I've got 2 points to put on here. I'll take them both into then overwrite. Okay, so I'm going to so this is my sort of ball of lightning build that I've got up and running. I want to change that across that gem to overpower. And essentially everything is the same. The only differences is the way the build is geared up. So I've got only 29 ranks because I had to use the Crown of Lucian here. If I'd had a Crown of Lucian here, then, you know, I'd be in 7th heaven. So 9,000. Is it Slithering Crawl? Okay. I have no idea what that is. I was running, I think, 92, 90. I was almost 93. Let's run a 92, so... Because this is a slightly different build than I was running before. Oh, bollocks, I forgot. Did I? No, I think it should have been okay. Yeah. Right, so let's... This is a really poor latency. I should have maybe tried to... Yeah. Should have tried to better the latency before I jump into the pit. I think that I might be struggling here to clear. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. So what I changed for this build, the only thing I changed here from yesterday was running Unleash instead of Exploit as a glyph. So I want to get the Unleash glyph a little bit higher. And the reason I ran the Exploit, the Unleash, because I remember from last season, it gives me a little bit extra mana regen. So maybe it'll help me, you know, in the mana shield. But it's not going to help me in the mana shield if I can't be quick enough. Yeah, I should have tried to get my latency a little bit better. When you've got a poor latency, you have to hit a hell of a lot harder to get the same sort of damage, because somebody running at 100 can hit 3 times my 1. I think this is going to struggle. Because yesterday I was clearing in about sort of 7 minutes. Here I might be clearing in about 15 minutes, if that. So slow. Yeah, this is just not working for me. Okay, let me get out of here. Let me see if I can log out, log back in again, and see if I can get a little better latency. This morning I was reasonably okay. I was running about 150. But this afternoon seems to be a different kettle of fish. Now I hope it's not just because Blizzard updating the bloody server, because that patch should be dropping. Now you see it's still 265. Pardon me, 265. This is a bit tough. Let me completely exit Diablo and get back in again, not just the game. Right, so starting from scratch again. Let's hope that this time the latency will be better. I see Heldo and Oreo's actually online. Maybe we can run some group stuff. Connecting to services. Okay, connect away, please. This time, please give me some decent latency. You haven't listened to me the Crown of Lucian, so why should you listen now? Ah, a little bit better. Okay, let's okay, first things first. Let's do this. Let me
Can cure what ails you.
get some medicine. Elixir. I still want to run. And then Sage's Whisper. Still absolutely need Sage's Whisper. I do need some armor with this build. So, Song of the Mountain. And then the last one would be Soothing Spices, which gives a resist to all. Right, so that's all of these at 50.
Magic in a bottle.
Now, let me take one of each. That's my medicine. Let's now try this, not 97. Let's try just the 92. Because I know yesterday I could do this in about 7.5 minutes. It's not a fantastic time by any way, means, or form. But it'll give me an idea on where the build is in comparison to yesterday. So the Unleash, see if it's working for me a little better. See this? That's the difference between 132 and 300. So if I can get the Unleash up to the same sort of levels as the others, I think I'll be in a good way. No, I don't want to answer junk calls. See, this is... I keep thinking that this is going nicely, but when I actually look at the times, it's only so-so. I need to start killing a lot quicker. And maybe it is because I just need to get the Unleash a little better, a little higher. But I have to say the Godslayer did look interesting. But I just can't see myself using it. Because what damage would I want to replace the Lochran? No. DLT? No. Because losing the Harlequin would be quite something. Because that gives me 4 ranks to all skills. So that gives me 4 ranks to Ball Lightning, which I don't really want to lose. Because you need about I think it's 35. If I remember rightly, about ranks to Ball Lightning for it to use up 275 to get 100% of your BLT, which is the overpower. Right now I'm not overpowering every hit, not even close to it. This seems to be taking a bit longer than yesterday, than the exploit. So I think I'll still be able to finish in time, because the bosses are taking about the same time as some of the elites to take down. And this is a good latency. For me, it's a tremendous latency. I will take the The divine weapon. Just seeing the Frost Nova seems to proc reasonably often, which leads to vulnerable damage. Haven't seen them being frozen very often though. Oh, look at the thing, and it just did. Okay, let's move on. I'm just going to stick for one. If it wants to follow on, that's fine. When I overpower it, overpowers quite reasonably well. There's a couple. But I do think I want to. I really want to see if I can get this this ball lightning build up and running properly. But I think that getting to the 300, I might have to change to the Ravens build and get that up and running properly. If I can run 99 in 90 seconds, that would be a tremendous achievement. Because I can't see me running up hit 99 in that sort of time frame on the ball lightning. I could be wrong. By the time I get everything up and running properly, maybe it does. But not the way it's running right now. But there again, you know, it could be another couple of weeks investment on time. And do I just keep the investment on time in the ball lightning? Because, you know, any new build, you're not going to get it up and running in a day. I doubt it, unless you're extremely lucky with getting everything dropping just perfectly, which is, my luck is no. See, when it overpowers, it overpowers nicely. A little bit low in the overpower though, this is true. Yeah, this is... I'm still going to get it finished, but the exploit was hitting a bit better yesterday, because I could get this done in about 7.5 minutes, and it's probably going to take more like 10 minutes on this one here. So I would say... Okay, so around the corner and up we go. But maybe if I get the unleash up to the 93, the same as the exploit, maybe it will be hitting just as nicely. Because I do like the unleash for the amount of mana regen you've got. Oh bloody hell, how did it do that? It just seemed to go boing. Is that a bug? Because I'm pretty sure I was minutes away from getting... I'd have to look back at that and see what happened. But that was a bit strange. Because I was thinking, you know, maybe a 10-minute... Oh, it's probably going to be 10 minutes before I finish this. Because, yeah, it doesn't seem to be hitting the bosses as big. Exploits seem to be hitting a little bit better. But the mana regen is okay. So far, so good. Which is a positive, definitely. So I might just stick with the Unleash. Because yesterday there were a few occasions that my mana went down precipitously. Yeah, I think it's done. Yeah, okay, that was a little slower than sort of yesterday when I was running exploit, but odd I'm still running exploit in this. I just talk a lot of bullshit, don't I? I thought I was running Unleash. See what I say? Load of bollocks. Right, let's run that with Unleash. Stupid. Must be I didn't do it because I did the armory. Right. What the hell? Don't know why I've got this bug. No idea why that's happening. Let's log back in again, see what happens. Maybe use exploit, unleash instead of exploit this time. Try it again. Right. No, it's okay. Right, so exploit and run unleash instead. And run a 92. Accept. This seems to be performing so far so good. Famous last word. I seem to be overpowering a little bit more. What the fuck? know, sometimes I just should shut up. Oh, nearly caught up. Well, it looks like I'm hitting for sort of 25 to 30 billion when I overpower. But is this better than exploit? Considering I died once already, I'm not so sure. I wonder if I'd changed my focus to opens anyway, and just to help, just to see what happens. Increased health. I got a lot of catching up to do if I want to get to the boss. Ah, get out of there. Ah. Well, I'm managing to keep up about 20. I'm just looking at my ball lightnings, and they're keeping up to sort of, the minimum is 10. Here, I'm through that first level. I wonder if this will happen again the same as the last round. I was about maybe 90% there, and it just went all the way to the boss. Which was a bit surprising. We will take any help that we can get. But when you're using the ball lightning, this is one that you don't need to take, which would be the channeling shrine, because you want to spend your mana. And if you take the channeling shrine, you won't spend your mana. So you want to avoid that shrine in particular. Well, two of them boys. See, that's the one you want to avoid, because you want to spend your mana, not hoard it. Come on. Now this one, we need to go down the step ladder onto the second floor. Keep watch your mana. Yeah. And there we go, there's the second floor. I don't know why, but this floor always sort of takes me a little bit longer than other floors. Come on. Frozen. Did you want the elites to go down? Yeah, this is taking a wee bit longer. But I did die, I suppose. But that only put 30 seconds on the clock. At this rate, I'll be lucky to take the boss down. You know what I haven't done for quite a long time? Is go to the mercenaries and trade in my pale marks. Probably got a few thousand of them, I think. Not so important this season, I feel, but because of the Chaos Armor. There Let's see how long. What rule we got? Blood Bishop takes a wee bit longer. .3 minutes. So this has been a long pit encounter. I was doing them a wee bit quicker last night, and yet there's no real reason why it should have been any real difference. Because I've done a sort of 10 minutes. This is more like 14 by the time that it comes to an end. Yeah, Blood Bishop always manages to get himself into a corner. That's him dead. Good. That was sort of... no, it's too slow. Let me try a much lower pit to see if we can get through this pretty quickly. I'm unsure whether this is possible or not. Do more of a sort of hit and run. Still not quite strong enough to do a hit and run. Because what I need to be aiming for here is a 90 seconds. And I'm not going to get 90 seconds out of this. Like you say, XP per hour, this is still much better than trying a 92 at 10-12 minutes. Because I can get 6 of these done in that sort of time. And so XP per hour, this is much better if I'm just sort of looking to get XP for my 300s. But even so, this is still over 2 minutes, and this is still not good enough. See, it's more closer to 3 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, so this all tells me that this build that I'm running right now is just not right. I should be running this 90 seconds, no more than. I wonder how my crackling energy build would be running in this. I'm gonna go down to the second floor because I'm running out of monsters on that floor. Three minutes. 40. 242. Almost 3 minutes 50. That's way too long. I know it's only 8%. Hmm. Let's get rid of this first.
There's power in the stone.
Is there anything worth keeping?
Come have a look. Much thanks, friend.
Nope.
Fine with me. Follow the stars.
And then put back in my get rid of the gem. Okay, so let's try that again. Same level with my light crack builds. I'm not going down quick enough. I can bop around quite easily, that's not a problem. But they're not all falling in my way. So for XP per hour, this is still a little bit slow. But it's better than the ball lightning at this, I would say. Unfortunately, this is not the best of floors because I tend to run into dead ends too quickly. Yeah, this is better at doing the lower levels, but I can't hit higher levels in using this build. But it's still a little bit too slow. For XP per hour, I need to run even lower than the 79. I'd still get to 300. 2.5 minutes. Yeah, 2.5 minutes. So that was much quicker. And this build, in my opinion, is better at lower levels. Not one. Okay, so tomorrow I think I will try one more time. See if I can find Crown of Lucian on either my one of these two, pants or pardon me. That's where it should go. Nothing here.
Fine indeed.
So I think my ball of light build needs a bit of TLC still. You know, I'm still tempted with this because if I can remove my flicker step, I'm going to try it just as it is. No, no masterworking. Alright, let's... Not quite up to speed with my teleport. It's a little bit slower. Is it livable? This is not terrible. Yeah, if you get a little bit more cooldown reduction, so your flicker staff is your and remember, this is no master working on that Godslayer. Because the only thing that the flicker staff gives you really is a little bit more cooldown on your ultimate. That was a decent experiment, this. It's a little slower, I think. But considering there's no master working on it, something for the future to ponder upon. But the flicker step was a little bit quicker. But not terribly so. Yeah, that was interesting. But I don't think I want to upgrade. I think I'll just keep the flicker step on for now, but that was interesting. But a little bit slow in the teleports.
Fine with me.
Yeah, that could be something that because it's cool if you get a cooldown reduction on that as well, a GA, and take it all into cooldown reduction. That's a possibility. Right, what I want to try is just swapping across. Vulcan has got 7 to ball lightning. But does this mean it's better than the legendary with the aspect? Finding out the answer now. Takes an activity for sure. Anything that helps me. I'm not sure that this is any real improvement. Still over 2.5 minutes, you see. And if my goal is 1.5 minutes, doesn't want to give me any upgrades at only that small percentage. Right, so let's move back again. Where was it? Wait. There it is. So we're learning. We're learning.
Much thanks, friend.
Dodge chance? No. Charged flash. Reading plates.
Magic is neither good nor evil. I may
Let's have a look, see if there's something a little bit different. Wonder if that might be interesting. 40, almost a 40% for immobilized. That's, we could try it out. Let me try inner calm. Because when you're teleporting, intercom thinks that you're just standing still. Seems to be okay. I think this might work. Might be working. Still not got me 90 seconds though, that's the thing. And I don't think I'm going to hit under 2 either. Oh, it moved. I thought I got it. Might as well take these out. Not sure. Still think the charged bolts one was maybe still better.
Lie.
Much thanks, friend.
Nobody online. That audio and Haldor was on before, but I missed him. So apologies. Oh, come on, get out of that. Ooh, 247. That's not how old I am, that's my ping speed. Never mind. Yeah, I still think this is the stronger. This again. Oh, please. Come on, give me some decent floor space. Well, I guess as long as I don't run into a dead end, I'm fine. Come on. Artillery. Come on. Come on. Ah, this is why latency not jumping through things that it should jump through. Should jump through hoops. Yeah, this is quicker. Okay, I've tried a few different things here. Oh wow! But it's a chest armor again. Ugh. BLT, and it's 3 core skills. It's a good. But you know, I've got one already. Why is it so difficult to get a Crown of Lucian?
Much thanks, man.
Okay, let's change back to the ball of light. Because I really want to do some pit pushing. But I want to try that. I think I had a little bit better luck with this one. So this is not about how fast I can clear it. Excuse me. It's just about clearing it to see if I can get these upgrades done to my glyphs. Holy chat. Damage resist. You might as well just have put some vampiric and or health just to make it doubly damaged, doubly difficult. Now they are increased health. I should shut up. So this is my ball of light build that is definitely a work in progress. I still am looking for a Crown of Lucian on anything but my chest or boots. And I think if I can do that, I might be in a good place. Now I have another Orkins that yesterday I spent $500 million trying to get a triple on the ball lightning, and it's a GA on ball lightning. $500 billion. And it just didn't quite roll for me. 4 times I hit a double, but just never the triple. Which was a tad annoying. You sort of, after spending all that time and money, it was a toss-up whether I ran out of Forgotten Souls first, or whether I ran out of gold. As it happened, I gave up with about 80 mil gold left. I thought, well, okay, enough's enough. Okay, come, let's just go. No, bugger off. And yes, I dropped a video on it to show everybody how pissed off I was. That's on YouTube, by the way. You can find anything that I do on YouTube or Twitch. It's all the same user, the Wolv69. So if you want to give me a little love, just head across, and a couple of likes would be nice. Thank you very much. But if not, perfectly okay. No worries. Just enjoy what I'm doing. But it's fun trying to get this build up and running properly, but also frustrating. I have tried to sell some stuff on the Diablo.trade website, but nobody's really buying stuff. And in comparison to other seasons, the amount that you get for the item that you're selling is way down. So that would suggest that the dupe sites that are selling gold are either no longer selling gold, or the gold is extremely expensive. One of the two. Now this is a ball of light, so you don't want to take the channeling, because you want to spend your resources, not hoard it. And if you do the channeling, it'll stop you spending your resources. So don't take channeling, would be my suggestion. This seems to be running okay. Come down to the boss kill, obviously. So yesterday I can do this, the 92s, relatively okay, but the boss took me out. So pissed off. Took me out with about 2 or 3 minutes to go. So, you know, a long fight. And I was sort of bopping around, just hiding in the corner just to get my mana shield back up again properly. And I was at the extreme edge of its poison and it took me out. The bollocks. I was frustrated as hell. But this is where I'm saying that this is definitely a work in progress. Because I've got the Crown Lucian on my boots and it's not really where I want it to be. And the other Crown of Lucian I've got a chest armor, but I've got a damn good BLT for my chest. I really need the Crown of Lucian to be on either my gloves or my pants. Preferably would be pants, but both are sort of acceptable. And I cannot get the damn things to drop. Over 20 in total. I think I had about 20 Chaos Armors this morning. And the one Crown of Lucian that dropped was on the chest. Damn frustrating it is. I've had so many X-Falls drop. So many other things drop. Actually, Fists of Fate is also not dropping for me very, very much. Not that I'm wanting to use Fists of Fate, but you know, there's a few things that are dropping more frequently, it would seem, than others. And for me, you know, twice Crown of Lucian on the boots, once on the chest, zero times on where I want them to be. And this is where I'm running the build that I am right now. So this is a little quicker than I was running before. Chief Marauder can be a little bit of an annoyance. I have to keep an eye on my... He's a bit tanky, I find. But it's, yeah, this is better than the Asidoras. Even though the Asidoras, I've got some, you know, it's quite a decent Asidora. But I think that the cooldown reduction and the ranks to permafrost are better. Come on, get out of there. Mana shield seems to be intact, okay. Longer fight. But as I say, I think that that he's a little more tanky. Alright, let's see if I can upgrade. They're all at 93. Only a 55% chance. I'll unleash. Two out of 4. Don't know why it jumps around like this. Come on, I want I want Unleash in there. Ah, this is I don't know why it's jumping around this. Yay! That was a bit of a trial and error, wasn't it? Right, let's try Unleash in there. Because both does damage to the vulnerable, but Unleash should give me a little bit better mana regen. I'm not sure if it's as powerful. I used Unleash in my Hydra build. So I thought I'd give it a go in here. Because you don't want to keep your mana shield up. Because at a higher level, maybe at 93, it's not quite hit 93, that is, not live 93. Because I need to do slightly higher hits, maybe to just get that extra percentage points for chance to actually be successful. Okay, then come on, move. You don't need to stay there just for one. Alright, so I'll go down through this bunch again and back up again. I can go all the way down, but there's still a goodly number of monsters here. This is a reasonable time so far. Famous last words. Come on, get out of that. Okay, that's good. Get up through these bunch, maybe up and down a couple of times. Get them all. That shade stuff is annoying. Because you can't do anything inside them, you have to walk outside. Okay, good. All done. Obviously not the speediest run in this world. But this is much for glyph, not XP. Protection from you don't really need protection, but every little bit helps, I suppose. Damage resist and increased health. Wunderbar. We love it. I think if I needed to clear a pit in a minute and a half, I'd have to go down to something like 69s. Because at 79, it takes me 2.5 minutes plus. And my light crack build is much better than the ball of light. As I worked out before, just, you know, before I started these higher levels. So tomorrow, what I'm going to do, bright and early, bushy-tailed, is try and get myself yet another Crown of Lucia in either pants or gloves, preferably pants. That would be the ideal 6. Or I could get a BLT in pants, might be okay. This is not bad time actually so far. For me anyway. For a Raven, he'd be vermouthing through here in next to no time. Why can't I jump through there? Oh, I did. I just couldn't jump through that piece of the wall. Go up and then back down again. Every now and then I'm firing off my basic spark, because on my chaos perks I've got one that gives me extra damage. This is okay actually. With any luck I might get to the boss soon. But this has actually been a little bit of a an improvement. My Chief Marauder, which was the one from before as well, so this actually might be good. If I can get this down in a minute. As long as I don't die, obviously. %50 done. Come on. Yeah, that just took a little bit out of me, that did. Just moved away, get the mana shield back up again. Well, if I stay alive, this has been the quickest I've done a 92 so far. That was good. So changing across from exploits seems to have worked. To unleash. And unleash. Again, 2 out of 5. Oh, 2 out. Leave dungeon. I liked it more last season where you could get a potential of 5 upgrades. Excuse me. Okay, what I'm gonna do is see if I can get some pants.
Equitable transaction.
Get some chaos from here.
Have a wee gamble.
Now I'm doing pants because they're only 25. You could do gloves as well, but they're 50, so I have twice the chance to get them on pants as opposed to gloves. And pants is my preferred slot for a Locran's, for a Lucian. I will say Locran, the Crown of Lucian. So it makes more sense for me just to run the Opal vendor for pants. Now they do drop, just not very frequently. $2GA, no.
Equitable transaction.
But I've also noticed that most of the stuff that drops from the Opal vendor and from the bosses,
Much thanks.
there are not many GAs amongst them.
That's this.
Maybe it's because many of every single chaos armor drops as a GA.
There's something.
Maybe this is the reason. But I have noticed, and again, there's nothing here, that there's a lot of non-GAs dropping in for regular legendaries. I died once earlier, didn't I?
See some steel you need?
Yeah.
Use it now.
Let's just try a 93. I think this might be okay. Yesterday I got creamed with a couple of minutes to go. it takes some time to get up to 95 and to get the glyphs up to 100. You know, if I'm only doing a couple every run, and then as I'm getting closer to 100, it might be only one per run, or one every 2 runs. But I'm up, my head is above water so far. Oh, this is reasonable. Well, when I say reasonable, in comparison to what I've been doing up to now. But I'm sort of happy that I cleared the 92 in the best time that I've done so far. And this will be, if I can clear a 93, this will be my PR for this season, doing a 93. Because I've never cleared a 93 up to now. Let's get across here and see if we can get these ones done. Yeah, my head's well above water. I'm a bit surprised. I do need to be a little careful with the mana shield. I notice it's sort of hovering a little bit. Okay, that should come back up again. So tonight we're having sushi for dinner. Sushi and sashimi. You're going out? Oh, she's back. Oh, okay. So far, so good. My Frost Nova seems to be going off a little bit nicely. Fuck! I didn't even... I didn't even look at my mana shield. I should have been more observant. Because I could have ducked out of that relatively easy. Oh, that's annoying. That's my poor play. Because I can come out just for a tick. And then pop back in again. But these are the little toughies to get down, aren't they? But they are going down. Yeah, that was just stupidity. I should have been more observant. So I've only got 3 upgrades instead of 4. Or 3 potential upgrades instead of 4. Okay, and there's the end. Go back up the other way. So every little bit takes a little bit more damage away. I'm still doing okay for time. Fears. It's impressive. That's why they are taking a bit of getting down. Lightning chant, terrifying. Okay, he just feared me, so bugger that. I think we should still have enough time to take the boss down. But this is definitely not the easiest. Alright, so let's no, I'm feared again. Let's go this way for a change. I usually go the other way. Yeah, I just need more points. Okay, so that sort of went a little bit quicker. Okay, now I need to be careful with Bramble this time. He took me down. His breath, his poison breath took me down. When he was about 95% dead, he took me down with his poison breath. When my mana shield was pretty high actually, so I was a little surprised and a little pissed off. So I need to take care at the end here. Keep away from his poison. keep my mana shield in good condition. Four minutes to go. So my mana shield is back up again. This is the sort of... This is where he took me down yesterday. And he missed me this time. Come on. Yes, got him. Whew, that was a little toughy. Alright, so... all for one upgrade. At this rate, I'm gonna take forever.
Much thanks, friend.
Where was my Okins from yesterday? Alright, let's try my luck for a little bit. Because what we're wanting is a triple on the ball lightning. Come on. This time. Yes! Whew. Well, that was a lot easier than the last time. Okay, I've got one extra rank. So let's unsock it.
You lose a little mass to dust.
Put that in here. Put that in here. And put that in here. Right, I've got one extra rank into ball lightning, which now gives me 30. The mana cost is still not quite where I need it to be. But that was a hell of a lot easier than yesterday. Managing to do a little bit more overcolour by the looks of things. Move on to a bigger group. Oops. Somebody hit me with a fear. Not got my head above water yet. Well, head's above water, let's keep it there. Well, just a little. All these damage resistances put me right back into almost negative again. No longer am I head above water. Just. I need to do a little bit better than this. Get some easier monsters that would be handy. But I'm unlikely to clear heavier